The NFL started doing that 6-7 years ago, where they would take 2 of the 6 Thanksgiving teams, and their game against each other falls exactly 1 week after Thanksgiving.
I like
and
it.
It had been Dallas involved
Right.
in that Thursday night game. And sorry, Jerry, the Lions
said they had
were
enough.
interesting
Yeah.
this year. We got enough of how about them Cowboys. We want to see some Detroit Lions in primetime on Thursday night against the Green Bay Packers. The Lions are only favored by 3.5 points, which tells you how good the Packers are. Because you'd think at home, Lions 11-1, you think it would be a little bit more of a margin than that, but the Packers are capable of keeping it close. It's all the more reason to just pray that you don't have to have a repeat of this game in the divisional round of the playoffs or the NFC Championship.
Yeah, no, it's got superstars everywhere, right? You got 2 quarterbacks that are capable of a lot, and I should have explained this earlier, and Pete got in my ear, and thank you, Pete, is right. I mean, Jordan Love was banged up too, right? So he's only had a few weeks here of going, wait, I'm totally healthy, I'm totally myself. And when he was playing this Detroit game, this was a week where I don't think he practiced all week, and then he played. And we talked about that a lot at the time. He's not the kind of guy that can do that, right? He needs the reps, obviously. And being a young guy that hasn't had a ton of experience, I get that. Some guys are like that. But you see here, I mean, the damn guy is capable of making eye-popping throws. And another guy just like Jared Goff, where they're not looking to run or do anything. He wants to stand in the pocket and deliver it down the field for big-time throws, big-time plays. And that's why they're fun to watch. But yeah, Jordan Love, I'm hoping he gets on a hot streak here and gets going, because he'll make things interesting on the NFC between these two teams and what they do. And, of course, come playoff time, if he's hitting on all cylinders, man, it'd be awesome to have Philly, Detroit, and the Packers all be kind of heavyweight contenders where you go, they can win the Super Bowl, and they're going to have to play each other in the playoffs here.
We were talking earlier about avoiding the Packers if possible, trying to get the Packers and the Eagles to play each other sooner than later. And you think about how this is playing out on the seeding. The lower the seed, like if the Eagles are the 2 seed, the Lions are the 1 seed. And I doubt that there's a way the Packers fall all the way to the 7 seed, but that would be the best possible outcome for the Lions, to have the Packers fall behind the Commanders and force the Packers to go to Philadelphia right out of the gates.
Oh, yeah.
Knock out one of those 2 teams right out of the gates, because then maybe you get lucky and the next week the other team gets knocked out and you don't have to face either the Eagles or the Packers in the divisional round or the conference championship.
Yeah, I hear you there. I mean, that would be ideal for Detroit.
Look how top-heavy.
Yeah.
Look how top-heavy the left column is.
It's incredible.
Look at that.
It's incredible. We're going to have a year
All
here.
three
We could have a
wild-card
year
teams.
here.
All 3 wild card teams are better
Right.
than 2 of the division winners.
No, we're in a way where I know this is like a pet peeve of yours and some other people out there, but we're in a year here where it could be a 14-3 or 13-4 Minnesota and Green Bay teams on the road versus Seattle and Atlanta, who are 500 or 9-8 or 8-9. I mean, it really could be that. It could be that this year, and that's going to make people mad. And I know there's going to be the conversation about, if you win your division, should you get a home playoff game and all that? And I get it, but yeah, this is going to have, I think, maybe some odd looks as far as record matchups come that first wild card weekend when you go, wait, that team's at home and they're 8-9 or 9-8 versus the team that has a home field advantage type of record. Yeah, it won't look right.
We're gonna potentially have 2 in the NFC.
Yeah.
Of those, not 1. Every once in a while there's 1, and people are like, they have to change this rule. This year there could be 2. And Pete makes a good point. If the Packers do fall to 7 and go to Philly and beat the Eagles, then the Packers would go to Detroit for the divisional round, because
that'd be the lowest seed remaining. Right,
seed.
yeah.
But if the Eagles would knock out the Packers and then somebody gets the Eagles next week, that's how the Lions avoid playing either team in the conference championship game or in the divisional round. So, and they're never going to change that rule. That's the thing. I've been upset about it in the past and argued about it, but someone explained it to me at some point. The owners are never going to make that go away, because they all benefit individually from the 1 out of 4 possibility in every given year of hosting a playoff game.
Yeah, sure.
Small division, all you have to do is win the division, and you host a playoff game. There's more money in hosting a playoff game. You don't have to be great. You can be 9-8. You can be 8-9. Hell, maybe you could be 7-10 and host a playoff game. That's the thing that will keep it from ever changing.
Yeah, no, it probably won't ever change. And I really, in my heart, I don't think it should. Yeah, this year's kind of a weird year, an asterisk type of year that you put next to it and go that. But I do think you should be rewarded for winning your division and having that home game. I like it the way it is. It's a great system. So, but yeah, it's not perfect, and this is going to be a year that's going to kind of expose that. It definitely is. But we've seen plenty of teams. It doesn't matter whether. Again, we just saw it last year. You don't have to have the first round bye or any of that or anything like that. You could go to the Super Bowl. We see it more now than ever, I feel like, as far as teams that are wild card teams that go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. It might not be happening as much as we saw earlier in the 2010s and all that, but still very, very real possibility. And we saw the Chiefs play the wild card weekend last year and host the Dolphins and then go on their run. So we'll see. It's going to be a good, interesting race in the NFC, and Detroit and Green Bay are going to continue to lead that charge. And there's just a lot of good players on both sides of the football in this matchup.
Two things, though. First of all, there is a certain arbitrary element to this idea that you're assigned to a division, and you could be a powerhouse, but if there's another team in the division that's more of a powerhouse, it doesn't matter if you're better than every other team in the conference from the other three divisions.
Right.
You're stuck behind this powerhouse. The Packers at 9-3 would be leading two other divisions. The Vikings would be leading two other divisions. And again, the Commanders would be leading two other divisions. So there is an element of just kind of like random, and you're stuck, and these are the divisions you're assigned to, and but that's part of the intrigue of being in a division.
Right.
You constantly have to battle with your division rivals, and you have to overcome them, and you play them 6 total times over the course of a year. The other thing I wanted to say, you gave me a flashback to the episode of Everybody Loves Raymond, when Raymond goes on TV for the first time, and then afterward Deborah is going over all the words he's gotten wrong, and one of them was asterisk.
Yeah, asterisk.
Or asterisk. Asterisk.
Yeah. Yes,
Asterisk.
right.
Not
Yes.
asterisk,
Yes.
but asterisk.
Yes, sorry. Yes, yeah. I know. I didn't come out clean. I knew that challenge flag might have been thrown, and we might have to go to video review on that word there. So, yeah, sorry about that. Doesn't flow off my tongue easily, that one.
Yeah, there were a few others. I can't remember what they were, but he.
Well, thank you. Write them down next time. Keep track. Come on, hurry up. Come on.
No, not from you.
Oh.
From the
show. The show.
Okay.
Okay.
It was kind of a. They like complimented him, and it ended up being a disaster. And then I think he went back, and it was even worse. I can't remember. I probably need to watch it again. I think it's on Peacock. I think it is on Peacock, as are we. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.